Daddy, please forgive them. You know I forgive you for not searching for me for a long time. If I can forgive you, I want you to forgive them. I need my sisters back. Father, please.
Father, please. Please.
Commit the wicked. Mama will be dragging me the very wicked. Don't come close to me, oh.
I'm not wicked, oh.
Don't come close
I'm
to
not
me, oh.
wicked, oh. I'm just looking out for you, oh. I was looking out for my daughter, and is there anything wrong in it?
Ow, ow, you're looking out for me, but you're using that to kill me. You're looking out for me, you're using that to kill me.
I don't understand. Chief Ananta. Hi!
Alright, what up good day everyone? So finally, the season 13 and 14 of King's Driver that we've all been waiting for is finally out on Nollywood Real Nolly TV, and a lot of people have been asking me on the comment section concerning the season 15 and 16 of this wonderful movie. But don't worry guys, the purpose of this video is to tell you the updates concerning the season 15 and 16 of King's Driver. So watch this video to the end to find out all the updates that you need to know concerning the season 15 and 16 of this wonderful movie. So before we do that, you're welcome back to this channel. This is Daily Trend TV, a channel where we bring you the updates on the best and trending Nollywood movies. Please like this video, and if this is your first time coming across this channel, please use the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video, because in this channel we'll be bringing you all the updates that you need to know on the new, best and trending Nollywood movies. So in case if you're watching this video now and you've not yet checked out the season 13 and 14 of King's Driver that dropped this morning on Nollywood Real Nolly TV, then you're really missing out. Please hurry up and go to Nollywood Real Nolly TV and check out the season 13 and 14 of this wonderful movie, because the movie is getting more interesting and more entertaining. So before I go ahead and give you the updates concerning the season 15 and 16 of this movie and when it's going to drop, let's just have a review of what happened on the season 13 and 14 of King's Driver that dropped this morning on Nollywood Real Nolly TV. So after the police came and took the queen and the princesses away, you know it was on that same day. That same day is Mirindu's birthday, and that Mirindu's birthday is the particular day that Mirindu is supposed to become the king of the kingdom. That is the day that the king is supposed to submit his leadership as the king to Mirindu. And you know, when the king was already submitting everything, the king submitted the throne and the kingship, everything back to Mirindu. And Mirindu gave it back to the king and told him that she wants him to continue being the king of the kingdom. So they recrowned him the next king of the kingdom. You know, it was supposed to be Mirindu that is supposed to be crowned the queen of the kingdom. So because the kingship have already left him at the first place and supposed to be with Mirindu, then they gave it back to him and they have to recrown him for the second time. So he was so happy and so glad that Mirindu gave him back the kingship, because you know that Mirindu is already a queen in the kingdom she's going to, so there is no need of being the queen again if she is already getting married in another kingdom. So after the king was given back his kingship, something happened. A woman that the king had something to do with in the past came back to Nigeria, because they did their stuff overseas. So the woman came back to Nigeria with her son, presenting the son to the king, telling the king that this is his son. And you know, the king was so shocked and the king was so happy. The king didn't even know that the woman is even carrying his baby or something like that. The king has no idea that he has baby. He has a son outside of the palace. So when the woman came to the palace, the king was so glad, because the king does not even have anybody that is going to success in as the next king of the kingdom, because the king have already, after the king arrested the queen with the two princes, the king didn't allow them come back to the palace. The king threw their stuff outside of the palace, and since then they went out of the palace and they have been living in suffering and poverty. You know, they have been going through a lot. So the king does not even have any heir to his throne, and now somebody, his son from outside of the palace, came back introducing himself to the king as his son, and the king was so happy with everything. So the king welcomed him and made him prince immediately. So the boy started living in the palace, and the mom left the palace and got back to where she's coming from. So speaking of Chiamaka and her stepsister, you know, the guy that was pretending to be the prince is in love with Chiamaka. So after everything, he came back to marry Chiamaka, and you know, the Adana was still thinking that he's still a prince, and Adana was still begging him to forgive her and all that. But he pretended as if he's going to forgive Adana, but he's not really forgiving Adana. He told Adana that he's coming to their house the next day, and Adana was so happy that the prince is coming to get married to not knowing that the prince is coming to get married to Shamaka. But a day before the guy came to their house, they saw a diamond ring with Shamaka, and they saw that Shamaka was proposed. They were so surprised that who proposed Shamaka with a diamond ring. They were surprised and they were also jealous, but they didn't even know that it was the prince that they are all waiting for, was the one that proposed Shamaka and all that. So when the prince finally came, when the guy they thought was the prince finally came to their house to, make himself known that he's in love with Shamaka and all that, she was even thinking that he came to their house to look for her, not knowing that the guy she was thinking was the prince came to get married to Shamaka and even take her abroad. First of all, he told them that he's not a prince, that it is his brother who is Ogre, that is the prince. So immediately Adana had that. She lost interest. She was no longer apologizing, not knowing that he is not even there for her, that he is there to get married to Shamaka. So they made their intention known. They told Shamaka's stepmom and their uncles that they want to get married to Shamaka and also take her abroad after the marriage. So after hearing this, Adana was so shocked and she was so angry. She never expected any of this to happen. You know that Adana was pregnant. Adana is pregnant and she does not know who the father of her child is. She's thinking whether it's the chief or the chief's son. So they went to the chief office to complain everything to the chief, to tell the chief that Adana is carrying his baby, and the chief denied them and asked the security to throw them out of the company. And after all that, Adana finally lost the baby and she was so angry and also depressed. So speaking of the queen and the two princes, they finally came back to the palace to seek for the king's forgiveness, and after a lot of pleading from Mirindu and also the prince, after all the pleading, the king finally forgave them and accepted them back to the palace. So the movie is a very interesting and entertaining one, and I know that after watching the season 13 and 14 of this movie, many of us will be wondering if there is going to be a season 15 and 16 to this movie or not. But I'm sorry to announce to you all that there will be no season 15 and 16 to King's Driver. So this wonderful movie ended in season 13 and 14. So after watching this movie from the season 1 down to the season 14, please share your thoughts and let us know what you think about this wonderful movie on the comment section. And also let us know if you enjoyed the way this movie ended. Have a very nice day, everyone. Bye.